Hi, my name is Aubrey Geary. I'm the author of the novel Rewind. Rewind is the third novel that I've published via my company, Geary, Georgia LLC. As always, my goal is to tackle American stereotypes from an African American's perspective while still entertaining readers from all walks of life. Rewind is about a 38-year-old recovering drug addict who gets an opportunity to go back in time 20 years. Instead of everything turning out better, things turn out worse than they were before. This novel is slightly based on a true story, and I truly believe that it has mass appeal. I mean, who wouldn't want to go back in time? Who doesn't want a second chance in life, knowing what you know now, back then? I decided to produce this video to spark some awareness about the book. I didn't want to do a book trailer, but I wanted to do something innovative, creative, and outside of the box. I wanted to put together a promo that would allow me to interact with people about the concept of time travel. So, I decided to interview a group of women from all walks of life. Let's see what happens when they're asked one simple question.
If I could go back in time, I would make a better selection in the men. I would listen to the inner voice. I would listen to the signs. And if they're not good, I would run like hell. Another thing that I think I would change is learning how to eat better. Because to me, I've learned now that it's important later on as far as your health, how you feel, the things you can do, the different type of things that you may get later on in life, like arthritis or all kind of other stuff. But I will wear the appropriate clothes because later on it does show. It comes back to haunt you, ladies. So anyway, those are the two most things that I probably would change. Everything else I'm cool with.
If I was to go back in time, I would have never gotten as many student loans as I did. So now Sally Mae owns me.
If I could rewind time, I would trust God more. I would trust that He absolutely has my best interest at heart. I wouldn't believe that that He's just this big person or this big thing in the sky waiting to come down on me every time I made a mistake. I would trust that He loves me in a love that's totally different from what we humans can offer to each other. I would trust God more. I think that would have given me more of the faith in myself that I needed to be able to move forward in a lot of the things that I was interested in. I didn't believe that that I had that many talents for the life of me for the longest time. I thought all I was supposed to do was sing. And probably in the last 10 years, I came to the conclusion that, well, maybe God put more than one gift inside of me, and that He's not that concerned with which gift I use, but that I have all the tools that I can accomplish what He has put me on this earth to do. So I no longer beat myself up about that, but I wish I would have kind of got that early on in life and just had a different relationship with God than I did in my youth.
If I could rewind time, I think the only thing that I would change would be to learn a lot of the lessons that I've been through a lot earlier in life. I don't really believe in regrets, but I would definitely do a lot of things differently. Like I would go to college sooner in life rather than wait until I became a mom and having to go to work and go to school. That's kind of difficult. But overall, I think the experiences have made me who I am. So I wouldn't change much, but definitely being hard-headed and ready to grow up, I would change that if I could rewind time.
If I could change time, if I can rewind and change time, what would I change? Actually, me, Prophetess Chandra Lowe Mathis, I would change nothing. Because I realized that my struggles, my pain, the suffering, it was lessons for me. It was lessons to build who I am and the character of who God wanted me to be. If I could rewind time, would I really change anything? No.
If I could rewind time, I would change a couple of things. The first thing that I would change is when I had my children. I had my son when I was at 14, and I had my daughter when I was 19. I was in high school when I had both of them, so I would definitely choose to have done this when I was older, where I would be more successful and be able to take care of them a little bit better. The second thing I would have done differently was go to college right away after high school instead of waiting until my 20s to pursue my career and my education. But those are the two things that I would change at this time.
If I could go back in time, I would not have gotten married so young. I got married right out of college, and it was a really challenging time for someone to get married. You're learning a lot about yourself, you're changing, your life is changing, and you're growing in a lot of ways. And for me and for the person that I married, we just grew apart, which makes a lot of sense at that point in your life. I would listen to the voice that tells you that this is not a good idea more often. I mean, I think it would have kept me out of a lot of challenging situations and kept me away from a lot of heartbreak and missteps and backsteps and redirections. And if I had to rewind time, I would love more easily when I should have.
If I could rewind time, I think that I wouldn't be as so sneaky or being dishonest with my parents, because it's gotten me in a lot of trouble, and I just want to be righteous in the decisions that I make, because that would have changed a lot of things in my life and make me a better person today.
If I could rewind time, I would wish I would never had to pick cotton.
So, there you have it. Although the answers may vary, the results are nearly the same. Most people would change something. How about you? If you had the opportunity to go back in time, would you change something about your life, or would you do everything the same? Once again, my name is Aubrey Geary. I'm the author of the novel Rewind. This is a great book. And I'm not just saying this because I wrote the book, but I mean, it really is a great book. It has a very distinctive front cover with 3 different looks and variations of the same woman, which is the main character, Monica. This book is available online on Amazon.com. Search keywords Aubrey Geary Rewind. This book is also available on my company website, www.gearygeorgia.com, where you can find a list of bookstores where Rewind is sold. Once again, that website is www.gearygeorgia.com. You can also stay connected with Rewind on your favorite social media sites. As always, my goal is to tackle American stereotypes from an African American's perspective while still entertaining readers from all walks of life.